What's going on, guys? It is getting cold out, which means I'm going to end up taking the car back here soon. But I wanted to show you what I've been doing. If you checked the video earlier, we had talked about getting rid of this carbon fiber air intake, this aluminum air intake and replacing it with a carbon fiber one. Yeah, and that's what we've done here. Don't get me wrong, I like this aluminum one, and trust me, this Can-Am filter isn't even used. I think I've got maybe 3 or 4 hours of driving on it, so it's not even dirty at all. But honestly, guys, I didn't like the way it looked. It's old looking, and don't get me wrong, this was cool back in the 90s/early 2000s, and I didn't have really any carbon fiber on the car back when I first got it in 2008. But yeah, so now I wanted to update under the hood with what's on the outside of the car. Got a lot of carbon fiber on the outside of the car. Probably about 80% of the car is carbon fiber. All that's not carbon fiber is the roof, these side panels here, and the floor. Everything else is pretty much carbon fiber. And with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and freshen up as well as tie in the carbon fiber from the outside of the car into under the hood, and that's what we've done here. We replaced this aluminum piece with this beautiful carbon fiber piece right here. And if you can see that, guys, it's really, really cool. Went ahead and secured it down there to the actual wall of the frame, and that keeps the intake from moving around or vibrating around, and it's really solid. It ain't going nowhere. I'm shaking it right now, or trying to shake it, and as you can see, it's snug in there. So yeah, it comes with this air filter, and it comes with all the hardware. In fact, it actually came with this piece here for putting it into the to the throttle body, but I didn't really like this because if you could see on the inside, guys, it's not very smooth, and that causes ripples in the airflow and a bunch of turbulence that you just don't need. So long story short, I got rid of this. Even though it came with this, and it came with all this extra hardware here, I really didn't want to use it. I don't need this. I think it's ridiculous looking. So anyway, yeah, I went ahead and I used the original coupler from Spectre that I had in here earlier, and it was actually on the inside of this piece here, and it seemed to work very nicely. So I went ahead and integrated it into this upgrade. So yeah, now we have a lot of carbon fiber here on the outside, and it ties in under the hood. It's all about like flow, guys. You got to have the car flow really nicely. And they're like, oh, well, what about carbon fiber on the inside of the interior? Well, we have carbon fiber in the inside as well. So we have the carbon fiber cups inside for the door cups, and then we also have the speaker covers there are also carbon fiber. So that brings carbon fiber from the outside to the inside. I didn't want to do carbon fiber all over on the dash and all the different gauges and things like that, or even in like the 3-pillar or the 8-pillar 3-gauge combo. I didn't want to do the carbon fiber on there because it just looks cheesy if you do too much carbon fiber. So I wanted to keep it clean, and I wanted to keep it nice looking and professional looking, more adult, less kiddie. So we have a lot of carbon fiber. We have the hood, the fenders, the downplanes, the air intakes, the front chin spoiler, the cowl, the mirrors. A lot of carbon fiber on the front end of the car. So we went ahead and put this carbon fiber in here. And honestly, guys, I wish I would have done this. I've been saying it all night. I wish I would have been doing this like years ago, or I wish I would have done this years ago. Honestly, I'm just really blown away by this piece in general. It was a little snug to get it in, and I have enough gap here. I got about 2 fingers gap under the main front pillar support bar. I got about a pinky finger right here for gap in between the shock tower / strut tower, and then I have about a pinky or so between the distributor cap top and whatnot. So there's enough space there, and I put my hand underneath here just to make sure I was clear from everything underneath. Nothing's resting on anything or going to rub the wrong way. And I got a good solid half fist or so underneath the bottom of that air intake. So yeah, guys, this is the way to go. Get rid of aluminum one and go for the carbon fiber one. You can find them on Amazon. I found this piece for about 150 bucks, and it is just amazing. The quality on the component itself is second to none. So the reason I wanted to, not only because it was dated and it looked really cheesy and just unfinished, but also aluminum, even though it doesn't hold as much heat as steel, the aluminum will heat up and it'll make the air inside be a lot warmer. And that's not what you want when you're trying to get as much horsepower as possible. With the carbon fiber doesn't hold as much heat, and your air thus will be a lot cooler. So also, like I said, it was very dated looking, so it made the bay look too cheesy. I had all this nice carbon fiber around here, and I had all this stainless steel, which you have to for the front pillar here and whatnot. But then I had this gigantic aluminum piece sticking out, and yeah, we could say the radiator. There's my nieces and nephews. We could say that the radiator is a way to tie it in, but honestly, those are the only two components other than this little oil filler piece up top. And it was just too much aluminum, too much flash, too much shininess, and it screamed more cheese, more Fast and the Furious first movie or second movie with too much chromy cheese, and I didn't really like it. I want the car to be more bespoke, and I wanted the car to be more professional, or more, I guess you say, classy. So this carbon fiber air intake really does add that extra touch of class that I was looking for. And guys, I'll tell you, bang for the buck, the carbon fiber itself is excellent. The finish on here is excellent. You could see the weave and whatnot. I know it's kind of dark in here, but the weave is just beautiful. It's just as nice as the C-Bond here. And I'm not sure which company made this, because after all, it is from Amazon, guys. But it really is a wonderful quality carbon fiber. And when you're able to mount it the way it is in here, it's so snug, it looks like it came part of the car. And that's honestly the look I was going for, guys. Anything I do with this car, I've been wanting to build this car in a manner to which I would think Honda would have built it, back in the 90s, early 2000s, with the parts and components available. I wanted the car to be clean. I wanted it to be professional. I wanted it to scream maturity instead of, a lot of younger folks. I'm sorry, guys, if you take offense to this, but a lot of younger teenagers and early 20s, they don't know how to build a car quite as well. There's a few out there that do, but on the general, speaking mostly, they don't know how to build a car. They don't have the experience, okay? And that's fine. They don't have the craftsmanship. But that's something that comes with time. I wasn't this good back in the day, and I didn't know how to put a car together to the level of detail that I have today. Back then, I just wanted to slap everything together and get out there and, go racing, and you'd be lucky if things didn't break or fall apart because you didn't torque it down the proper settings, or you had the components weren't designed to go with other components and work well together, and they're out of tolerance range and then they break. So this car here has been completely designed from the ground up. I think the only thing that's original on the car really is the dash, the roof, the quarter panels, and the firewall. Everything else has pretty much been replaced. All the aftermarket components. Oh, and the wiring. The wiring, most of the wiring harness and whatnot under and throughout the car is original. We were going to do a painless wiring system, but why? I mean, it's already there. We have all the components that tie the computer system in. Like the Honda S300 computer runs off of this wiring harness, just with a small modification. This engine fits in here with minor modifications done to the wiring harness. Everything, for the most part, can work and integrate and can perform together. And that's what we have here today. So I wanted the car, like I said, guys, I wanted the car to be a little bit more adult. I do have a new Mugen valve cover that's in the house, and I'm going to put that on probably when it's next summer, when it's warm and when it's painted, because this one's been on there for 10 years or so, 10, 12 years, and it's corroded, so it's time to go. But other than that, guys, the engine bay is pretty much complete. There's a few things I want to do. I have a set of drive shaft shop axles I want to upgrade these axles from. But other than that, she's pretty much done. Now, as far as paint goes, we're going to do a color called Nero Daytona Metallic. And that's a Ferrari, a 2013 Ferrari F12 Berlinetta color, as well as a 2016 Ferrari 488 color. Think of like a really nice black with a little bit of graphite thrown in there and some pearl, and it's just phenomenal. So it's a beautiful color. It will contrast and offset the carbon fiber very nicely, I think, as well as allow it to blend in on the places that I want it to blend in. So it'll give a very, like I said, a very higher end feel. Guys, this car, to the level that it's built, you're lucky if you could pick up something this nice. Everything here is done with the top quality and the top performance components that are available on the market. Inky or Ink-Eye, depending on where you're from, supplied these wheels. These are the GTC01s, and originally you can get them in aluminum. These are magnesium. So aluminum is the standard, but we have under the wheels here, we have 6-piston calipers by Willwood with, I think these are 14-inch rotors or 15-inch rotors. I can't remember exactly. And then in the back, we have 12.7-inch rotors with 4-piston calipers. And yeah, as far as carbon fiber goes on the car, we have in the back here, we have VIS, we have C-Bond for the fenders, the hood, the downplanes are Password JDM. For the cowl and mirrors, the mirrors are spoon, and the cowl is special carbon fiber. I think they're special carbon fiber, the mirrors. I can't remember. Ooh, I got some water here that needed to be cleaned off there. All right, so anyway, yeah. So long story short, we have those, and then we have C-Bond on the front, and the air intakes down here. These are special carbon, no, I'm sorry, these are Password JDM. So everything is very well integrated. Now this bumper, even though this bumper is flat black, it will be gloss. The bumper and the rest of the car are going to be the Nero Daytona Metallic. And yes, it's going to look very nice. Like I said, this is dry carbon, so we'll probably clear these, and it'll offset and look very nicely done on the car. The downplanes are also dry carbon, and we may gloss those up. I'm not sure, but the car will be complete. And then, of course, the C-Bond hood is gloss already, and there we go. When it's closed and whatnot, you can imagine the glossy black with the carbon fiber, and the car is just going to look absolutely exquisite, guys. I mean, look at the lines on this car as it is. I mean, seriously, this car is, you're not going to see very many EJ1 Civics like this, not to this level. These holes here in the front will most likely get filled, as this car will not have any front bumper on it. When I designed the car, guys, for the overall look and the build, a lot of guys go JDM, and I didn't want to do that. I actually wanted to give the car a more EDM feel to it, European domestic market, because not a lot of people build European domestic market cars. And if you look in here, the console, the lower console in here is actually EDM. This is a European domestic market lower console, SI Civic console. And a lot of guys, they throw JDM consoles in here, but like I said, I wanted an EDM. So I'm still looking for a carbon fiber or a black, quality black piece. This is seen its time, and it's the only gold piece that's in this car. I don't really care for it too much, but it is what it is. So if I can find a nice black or maybe a chromium black color, it'll be very nice. But I wanted the car to have an EDM feel, but I also wanted it to have a lot of upgrades, like this interior. Obviously, it didn't come with this interior. These Recaro CS Sportster seats are roughly around $1,300, and this car didn't have it. It's got the Alcantara in the center here, and then the side bolsters and whatnot are leather. This is a new old stock. This is a new old stock armrest, and this is a EDM piece / JDM piece. They used it in both cars that were for the European domestic market. And this, I found this, guys, sitting on a shelf about 10 years ago, and had it sent from Japan over to Germany, where I built most of this car. Yeah, so we've just been doing some fine-tuning stuff. This is Momo Italian. This is a double bend shifter underneath. There's a double bend by Blackworks, and that's a titanium. This is Momo Italian GTR2 shifter knob, and this is the Momo Italy Millennium Evolution steering wheel. So Momo USA and Momo Italy are two totally different entities, guys. I mean, they're the same company, but what you get from Momo Italy versus Momo USA is a different level of quality altogether. So the stereo system that's in here, back in the day, guys, this stereo used to be able, you could put your iPod in here, and I wanted to keep this in here, even though I shouldn't, I should upgrade it, but I wanted to keep it in here because you just can't find this anymore. It has a tray and you push it in like so, and it goes in, and then I have the cover right here. So yeah, but it's really neat because back when the iPods first came out, this was like top of the line and it was super cool. So that being said, guys, I hope you enjoy these videos that I'm doing on these cars. And now that I have school is wrapping up this December. So I will have school out of the way, and I will be able to focus more time on this project here as well as other projects. We have some carbon fiber components coming for the 370Z. The 370Z will get, we just did, if you watched the videos before, we just did carbon fiber for the window switches, the panels there, and those were actually grafted onto the OEMs. They're not 3M stick-on. These are actually a full 3D piece. And then we also have some coming for the vents, which I'm going to end up epoxying into the current setup that's in there, and just a few other little things. But this car here, I need to finish it up. It's been long overdue for a paint job, and I've really been wrapping up a few things here and there to get it, you know, to where she is today. And I'm very happy with the car. I've always been very happy with the car, but now that we're getting to what I call the pinnacle of the mountaintop, to the very top, this car has come together so nicely, and I'm just really, really blown away. I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, it just, you're never going to see another Honda Civic like this. I mean, really. Not, like I said, not to the level of quality and not to the level of craftsmanship. The other thing is this windshield. I will end up pulling this windshield out eventually. It's kind of dirty right now. But I will pull this windshield out eventually and have probably Safe Light, because I don't think I can get this OEM anymore from Honda. But I will probably have Safe Light replace this one. It's all chipped up from years and years and years of rocks and all the other stuff. So yeah, these roof rails, I'm still on the hunt for these. These are going to be replaced. Somebody said I should do carbon fiber on the roof. I don't think I'm going to do that. That just adds a lot of headache that I don't want. But it's time. This car's ready to be painted. So yeah, guys, I hope you like the Civic NBR. I hope you like what you're seeing here as far as the build is concerned. I hope you like all the upgrades that you're seeing as well. Make sure to go ahead and follow me on Instagram and tell your friends about us. We are at 168, I think my nephew said, for YouTube. But for Instagram, we're over 2,000. So if I can get the guys from Instagram to come over on my YouTube, and you can see more of the car, you can see more of the builds that I do, you can see more of the road rallies and the car shows and things like that. Just like that, guys, I'm going to get this video done, and I am out of here. This is George from StreetCulture.US. I will see you guys on the road.